You're Davon Daquan Bennett, born August 9th, 1994, on Chicago's South Side, Parkway Gardens. But nobody says that. They call it O Block. Named after Odie Perry, a teenager killed in 2011. Your home is named after the dead. Concrete buildings, boarded windows, sirens, and grief. Violence isn't an interruption here. It's the background noise. Your father, Walter Bennett, is in and out of prison. More absence than presence. When you're 11, he's shot and killed. No goodbye. No explanation. Just another funeral. Your mother, Tasha, is raising you and your siblings in a place where childhood doesn't last. By 12, you jump off the porch. The streets teach you early. Loyalty is everything. Fear is currency. And survival is the only lesson that matters. Welcome to O Block. Welcome to the story that never lets you leave. O Block doesn't teach slowly. It forces lessons. By your early teens, death is ordinary. Candlelight vigils blur together. Murals go up faster than they fade. Friends get killed. Rivals get killed. Sometimes it's the same names. Survival isn't abstract. It's daily movement. Where you stand. Who you stand next to. Who you avoid looking at. You jump off the porch young. 12 years old, already affiliated with the Black Disciples. That decision isn't dramatic, it's practical. Protection, identity, belonging. In Parkway Gardens, neutrality doesn't exist. You're either something or you're a target. The streets don't ask if you're ready. This beef defines everything. O Block versus STL. O Block versus Tuca. Blocks separated by streets, history, and bodies. Decades-old grudges collide with new ones. Social media doesn't create the violence, it documents it. Tweets turn into threats. Names trend after funerals. Respect is defended publicly. School offers no refuge. You get jumped at a bus stop heading to Hyde Park Academy. Just commuting is dangerous. Education becomes secondary to awareness. Head on a swivel. Hands free. Trust nobody. Inside jails and holding cells, your name travels. Older inmates start calling you grandson, a reference to David Barksdale, founder of the Black Disciples. It's not flattery. It's pressure. Expectations come with that name. Reputation forms early, before you understand what it costs. By 19, the streets have already written a version of your future. Then the law intervenes. July 2014. First-degree murder, 2 counts of attempted murder, Cook County Jail, concrete, time, silence. You're staring at life. And now, there's nowhere left to hide. Jail strips everything down. No image, no noise, just days stacked on days. You sit in Cook County for more than 3 years. Court dates come and go. Witnesses change stories. Evidence weakens. The case hangs over you, heavy and constant. You're 19 when it starts. You grow up inside. Most people assume it's over, life sentence. Another Chicago story that ends quietly behind bars. Then, in December 2017, the verdict comes back. Not guilty. Acquitted. You walk out free. Freedom doesn't feel clean. You return to the same environment that put you there. Same block, same faces, same unresolved beef. Leaving Chicago would make sense. Starting over would make sense. You don't. Lil Durk pulls you in. Childhood friend, same background, same scars. Only the family, OTF. You start recording seriously. No industry polish, no radio formulas. You don't exaggerate or fictionalize. You recount. You're not trying to rap like anyone else. You're a narrator. Calm voice, clear sequences. You structure versus the way memories unfold. Who was there? What went wrong? What happened next? The stories sound uncomfortably specific because they are. Jail sharpened your focus. You understand pacing, silence, timing. You don't yell. You let details do the work. The streets recognize it immediately. This isn't performance, it's recall. Music becomes an extension of the life you already lived, not an escape from it. The same experiences prosecutors once tried to bury you with now form your foundation. The microphone replaces the cell, but the subject matter doesn't change. You're free, but you're still inside the story. December 6th, 2018. Crazy Story drops. 3 minutes. No metaphors, no distance. A robbery, told start to finish. Dialogue, movement, fear, mistakes. The details feel invasive, like you're overhearing something you shouldn't. People rewind to make sure they heard it right. The reaction is immediate. Millions of views. Online arguments explode. Is this art or evidence? You don't clarify. You don't explain. You let the silence do the work. The video spreads fast. The storytelling feels different from typical drill. You're not posturing. You're documenting. Calm delivery. No excitement. That's what unsettles people. It sounds like memory, not imagination. Then, Crazy Story 2.0. Bigger reach. Lil Durk. Beside You. The song charts on the bubbling under Hot 100. Momentum builds. Then, Crazy Story 3.0. A trilogy built off one concept, one voice, one approach. You've carved out a lane. You're not just another Chicago rapper now. You're being labeled the storyteller. Fans dissect lyrics like case files, locations, timelines, faces. Your music feels cinematic because it's structured that way. Beginning, tension, consequence. The attention keeps growing, but the environment stays the same. You're still connected to O Block, still surrounded by the same unresolved conflicts. The music elevates you publicly, but it doesn't remove you privately. That contradiction sits quietly beneath the success. The songs are taking you places. The life behind them hasn't moved at all, and that gap is starting to matter. By 2019, the momentum is undeniable. Features stack up, shows get bigger, your name starts traveling outside Chicago, but the content never shifts. You're still rapping about O Block, still naming places, still referencing real beef. The music elevates you, but it doesn't insulate you. February 2020 took her to the O drops. It becomes one of your biggest records. Triple platinum, the hook is catchy, the beat is infectious, but the story is specific. You're talking about bringing a girl back to Parkway Gardens. Real streets, real references, fans treat it like a hit. People from Chicago hear it like a map. You release your debut album, Welcome to O Block, on October 30th, 2020. It debuts at number 5 on the Billboard 200. That's industry validation. You've officially crossed over. Interviews follow. Performances follow. The numbers say you made it, but nothing else changes. You're still active online, still dissing dead rivals in songs, still tied to unresolved conflicts. Fame gives you visibility, not protection. The streets don't care about chart positions. Old beef doesn't dissolve because the money comes in. There's a window here, a moment where distance is possible. Move differently. Travel with less exposure. Let the music speak without you being present. You don't take it. The storyteller stays inside the story, still moving like the rules never changed, still present where tensions exist. The contradiction grows louder. Success demands evolution. The environment demands loyalty. You choose familiarity, and familiarity in your world always carries a cost. November 6th, 2020, Atlanta, Georgia, Monaco Hookah Lounge. You're celebrating the album's release. Around 3 a.m., an altercation breaks out in the parking lot between your crew and Quando Rondo's crew. It's caught on camera. No speculation. The footage shows you throwing punches. Everything escalates fast. Gunfire follows. Timothy, Lil Tim, leaks fires multiple shots. You're hit. Multiple times. Chaos. Sirens. You're rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Hours later, you're pronounced dead. 26 years old. The ending mirrors the music too closely. Parking lot, beef, guns, no distance between art and reality. The scenario you spent years narrating finally claims you. In 2023, Lil Tim's murder charge is dismissed on grounds of self-defense. The legal system closes the case. The streets don't. In 2022, Quando Rondo's cousin is killed in Los Angeles in a retaliatory shooting tied to the same conflict. The cycle continues without you. Posthumously, What It Means to Be King debuts at number 2 on the Billboard 200. Unreleased music surfaces. Your catalog grows. New listeners discover you every year. Your reputation solidifies as one of drill's most vivid narrators. But the legacy is fixed. You didn't just rap about street life, you documented it in real time, without filters, without distance. The same O Block that gave you your voice never loosened its grip. Davon Bennett became King Von, became grandson, became a legend, the storyteller who couldn't escape his own story. Davon Bennett became King Von, and King Von became more than a rapper. He became the voice of O Block, unflinching and undeniable. You documented life as it was, the streets, the beef, the losses, the loyalty. Fame didn't separate you. Money didn't protect you. The blocks that raised you followed you everywhere. Posthumous albums chart. New fans discover your truth daily. Your voice stays vivid. Your stories remain real. The storyteller didn't escape his environment, his past, or the consequences. You lived it, recorded it, and became part of the history you always told.